exterior inspection. We could start with the foundation walls, looking for movement. Now, as I arrived here this morning, I noticed that we've got a settlement here. Can you see above us, above the portico, you'll see a line along the mortar where the building is settling and the cracks are coming down. So, very common around here because of our expansive soils. We get a lot of buildings moving around with the seasons. It's been particularly bad in recent times because we've had a very dry season. It's been, well, it's just been a drought month after month. So at the front elevation, and while I'm here, I'll point out we have window caulking which is failing. You see these holes here. That needs to be fixed because that allows water to get inside the building right up the top there too. So the caulking needs to be re-caulked. Moving to the left hand side. Okay, let's go and have a look at the right. So we have movement here because of settlement. It's very slight, cosmetic really. Again, let's look at this foundation. Okay, so here there's been some settlement and you can see that somebody's used a flexible mastic to seal it. I prefer mortar, but you know, providing you maintain it and you look after it and you replace it when it hardens and cracks, that's okay. Here we've got erosion at the grade wall here. It's mainly due to runoff. When the rains get really heavy, it just overcomes the gutters, runs off down here. Corner pop in the corner there doesn't mean a thing, it's just pops at the corner because its corner is highly stressed and there's no reinforcement there. Okay, we have a little bit of settlement here. You can see the crack coming down to the foundation. And again, that's due to common settlement. Now here you can see we've got settlement. Now here you've got the mortar has fallen out and that needs to be replaced. You don't want holes in the mortar. Again here, a little bit of settlement. And this expansion gap here has silicone mastic in it. This at the rear elevation. Now I want to repoint this mortar joint over the top of the flashing here to prevent water getting in. There's weep holes missing over the top of these steel lintels. This one's okay if it doesn't have weep holes because you've got an area across where it ventilates, but these ones could do with a couple of weep holes. And a settlement joint up here. There we go, further settlement here, and up in the corner here you can see where the bricks got loose. That certainly needs to be filled. You can get vermin in there. Now we're at the left hand side of the property. Again, we have a settlement here. Okay, so we've identified there's a bit of settlement going on. We've got a lot of digging around here. I rather suspect that it's been piered, but the sellers will tell you that. Let's go in and look at the condition inside, make sure that we've got no issues with the property in there. We're interested in, well, you see this door here? Sticking a little bit, so yeah, the building's moved, and I've no way of telling. I'm sort of guessing when I look at something that's been dug and say it had piers. That's all I can really do. Into the master. This is the side I thought was piered, and the door's good. There's no point in testing these doors. It was closed. Let's go into the closet. It's all freshly painted, so no clogs or no cracks in here. Let's go to the front right elevation and see that we've got no movement. It's looking good. Okay, so in summary, we've had signs of movement. There's no sheetrock cracks, but there's movement and cracks in the building outside. This is due to common settlement. Nothing really to be too concerned about. Although you should maintain the hydration of the soils around the building to ensure that it doesn't sink. This is a grade inspection. Now, the front of the building, we should have a slope away from the building. We do. It's okay. It's not as good as I like it, and I'll tell you why. Because if you come over here and you look down around here, you see mould. That means it's getting damp, mainly from the sprinkler system, incidentally. It's not rain. So you've got mould in here, and that means it's not draining as well as it should. And what's stopping it draining is this border here. That's trapping moisture close up against the foundation, and that's not a good idea. You should make sure you cut holes in this to allow water to come through so it doesn't build up. So the front elevation, the grading is okay. This is a swale here, but the swale's been blocked by the addition of this flower bed. Not a good idea. The swale should have come through here. You see it's cut off completely. You probably want to cut through there, cut that all out, and then you can re-establish the swale. It will drain better. Let's go and look at the right elevation. So at the right elevation, good drainage here. There's a low spot in the corner there that should be regraded because that's going to get wet and it causes differential movement in the building because it is wet. Out the yard, we're sloping all the way down here. This is good, it's going to drain, and it's sloping around here. Okay, all the way down here. Okay, so I would put it as reasonably good drainage, just that front area and the right hand side in that corner. Okay, this is an addition, this garage. This was actually part of the building. It's been turned into part of the building. People have added air conditioning outlets. You see them both here? Well, there's an issue with that, and this is the issue. That means that fumes from the car can actually get drawn back into the building and be circulated around it. And they, of course, can contain carbon monoxide, gasoline, all sorts of things, none of which you want in your house. And a garage is supposed to be fire sealed from the rest of the building. Well, that's not a fire seal, is it? Fire goes straight through the ducting and into the house. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's the ducts are now non-existent, but the holes are. All you have to do is fill up those holes with 5/16 sheetrock and you'll be good to go. This is a roof inspection. The roof almost certainly is new. Not only does it look new, but we've got ridge vents up here. Now, ridge vents are only recently being installed in this part of the world. Everybody's getting them now. Every time the roofs are replaced, they're so much better than the square vents or those turbine vents. A little bit of dip in the decking there, but that should be okay. We'll have a look when we get in the attic. Okay, we've got damaged shingle here. Looks like somebody's done a repair job on it. We're missing soffit vents. There are no soffit vents at this elevation. There's a soffit vent there. And we've got some soffit vents going down here. We really want to see some soffit vents put in along the soffits here. Oh, no, there's a soffit vent. We got one, I missed it. Oh, we got another one there. Good. We got soffit vents. I get excited about soffit vents because it is quite a reason for overheating is the lack of soffit vents. Okay, let's go and look at the roof around the right elevation in the front. We have a damaged shingle here. Looking for these soffit vents again. There's a soffit vent there. There, yes, so we've got soffit vents. we have a damaged shingle here. Somebody's actually been putting a mastic on it. We have a damaged shingle up the top here. Okay, so I rate the roof as average to good. A little bit of tender care needs to be taken on some of the shingles, but other than that, it's from the outside. We're going to go into the attic now, but from the outside. We're in the attic, we're over the house, not the garage. There's rat traps set down here, so I'm assuming they've had a vermin problem. But I can tell you, if going around the outside, there's very few places for vermin to get in now. I think it's probably past. That's a problem. Anyway, you might like to ask the sellers about that. Okay, you've got Romex cable here that's running right across a step area. That should be protected. Left like that, as it is here, it's going to get damaged. People are going to tread on it. And when they tread on it over years, it's going to wear, and then it could become live, energized on the outside. This is garage door test. We have trips that are okay, right height, and they work. Let's look at the condition of the door. It looks in good condition. And so does the opener. Water heater. We have correct installation of the gas pipes. We have a temperature pressure relief valve here, and that's working. The flue's in good order. We have no corrosion on it. It looks as if it's a new installation. There's a drain pan, goes to the outside world there, and the temperature pressure relief valve goes to the outside. We're just going to look to see where it's coming out, and that the termination is correct. If it is, all's very well with the heater. Yep, here's the water heater. It actually should extend down, that pipe should extend down to about 6 inches from the grade. Mine is easily fixed. This is the addition I'm in at the moment. We've got the garage here. It's been extended, this addition here. And the only comment I've got to make is that the water heater is actually inside an area where people are going to be. Okay, so you're going to have people in here. That should be enclosed and sealed so it draws its air from the outside, and there is no chance of the air being pulled from in this room where people are, or products of combustion such as carbon monoxide getting into this atmosphere in here. electrical panel check. Now, first thing I'll draw your attention to, it's been painted. Paint is an accelerant, and it should never be painted over the top of a panel, an electrical panel like this. So I recommend that paint is removed. The paint that's on the panel is actually a non-burning paint. It's a retardant, and this paint isn't. Not once it's dry, at least. I've taken the screws out, and you can see these screws here have got sharp points on them. They're absolutely incorrect. They're going through into here, and of course we've got electrical wires. Now, I don't think there's any danger of these particular ones actually touching, but the whole reason to have blunt screws like this is to ensure that they don't cut the insulation of the wire. So get them replaced. It's easy to do it. You can get these from Home Depot. Costs a few pence. This vent here is giving us warm air. It's heating the garage. What it actually means is you can't use this as a garage, because if you park your car in here, you're going to get fumes into the house. Gasoline fumes, exhaust fumes, not at all safe for you. That must be blocked off before you use this garage as an attic. This garage to park your car. Get my words twisted. No, seriously, folks, this is very important, because you know, fumes from cars can actually be quite disabling, and you may not even know you're breathing them. Apart from the gasoline that can get into the attic or into the air handler where there's flames when it's heating in winter. Good grief, you never know what would happen. So get them blocked off. We're at the front door. Here we are. We have an outlet here. You see it's all coming away from the wall. It needs to be fixed. It's not a good condition for it to be in. And it's a GFCI, which is good. Here's two compressors that serve the air conditioning for the home. You can see this compressor here has got extensive damage to its fins. It's not going to run very efficiently like that. There's a lot of hail damage here, which leads me to believe that's where the roof was last replaced, when the hail come through. But that needs to be combed out. I would recommend looking at it, that it's actually serviced. You get an opinion of a service individual. The reason I want you to go and get a second opinion is this. There's a brand new compressor, and in the attic over the garage, in the attic over the house, there's brand new air handler and furnace. However, this one is old, and it's actually serving the air handler in the garage, and that's old. Now, think of it this way. If that needed replacing, it was probably installed at the same time as this. Therefore, simple deduction tells us this may be coming towards the end of its safe working life. The only person that can give you that is an air conditioning technician or engineer. You should have one come and have a look at it. It won't cost you a great deal, and it could save you a lot of money. Okay, this needs to be corked, and this should be corked as well. Okay, the valve here is actually leaking. I've not turned it on, so it's been off for a long while, maybe weeks, but we have still got a leak. It's closed completely, so there's a leak at this valve. The boss on both here, those bosses need to be corked, otherwise water's going to get in. We have a broken head at the rear elevation. And it's just a complete flood. Got an ornamental fountain. There it is. Zone 2 is the right elevation of the foundation. Zone 3 is the right hand side yard. All the heads are running, no brakes. Rear yard sprinklers in operation. Okay, right yard sprinklers. Here's the sprinklers for rear yard.